Dominate Radio Show 93.7 KHF in Lynchburg, Virginia. And that's exactly where this lady is going to be, right here in Lynchburg at Phase 2 tonight. It's going to be awesome. We have Maria Brinks from In This Moment. Maria, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, we're glad we could have you. So I wanted to just start off things. I mean, everyone's heard of you. Everyone's excited for the concert tonight. We were actually talking about you on stage before the Seven Dust concert a few months ago, and people just went crazy.
Berserk.
Yeah, just in the anticipation of your return. You played with everybody in the business. You played with Papa Roach, Filter, Megadeth, Ozzy Osbourne, Rob Zombie. I mean, I could sit here for 30 minutes and talk about it all. Who has been probably like the most fun band to tour with?
People always ask me. You just can't answer that because every tour is so fun and they're different for different reasons. I'd probably have to say the summer festivals are my favorite.
Right.
So, but they're all like Uproar. It was so fun. Ozfest was so fun. I mean, each time it's so awesome, and it's just such a different experience. But you meet new friends, but it's like these parties after, and we're having such a blast. So I always look forward to summer festivals.
Very cool. And I used to tour with a couple of different bands, but one of the funnest things that we did while on the road was like prank wars and things of that nature. Do you like? Is there any bands that are big on that still, or do you guys?
We don't really see that happening as much as we want. I mean, we've been pranked.
You are so grown up, and I was just a child.
Yes.
Five Finger Death Punch pranked us. We were on tour with them, and we were playing our set, and they bought about, I couldn't even tell you how much, probably 1,000 of those little bouncy balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And in the middle of our set, they unloaded like 1,000 bounce, so nobody could stand. We were all falling over them and tripping and...
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I actually think that there's a good possibility that you and Nate toured together because he used to be the drummer for Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I think Good Charlotte and In This Moment probably did some shows.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. She's not going to answer.
Yeah.
Good Charlotte like kids.
Yeah. Okay, so with all these influences, people that you worked with, who would you say even before or up to this date have been your influences in music?
I grew up with a really cool rock and roll mom who really influenced me to kind of like heavy metal and rock and roll at a young age. Like she loved Sabbath and AC/DC and Queen and, the list goes on. So I was going to concerts as like a little girl. So I was really influenced as a young girl with the rock and roll world. And then I definitely was influenced by like showmanship as well in the pop world when I started seeing like Michael Jackson and Madonna and like all these like cool theatrical shows, things like that. And then I kind of grew into like just loving all music from one side of the spectrum to the other. So, I mean, my favorite things have been like Deftones is my favorite band, probably Nine Inch Nails. I love like M83. I love a lot of atmospheric stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, right on. That's cool.
Now, you mentioned Michael Jackson, not to cut you off, Nate.
Yes.
Now, have you ever imitated any of his moves on stage? Is that something that comes up in the middle of your set?
No, I wish here and there I joke around and go, I'm feeling the spirit of Michael Jackson. I kid around. I'll start doing moves, something like that, like a practice and stuff.
Yeah, Dom breaks a lot of equipment in the studio when impersonating Michael Jackson.
It's like Chris Farley.
So
yeah,
it's not good. And you said the Deftones. Dom looks exactly like what is it? The singer?
Chino.
Dom looks
Really?
exactly. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I have more talented.
He's my favorate singer ever.
Well, if you saw Dom, you might see him tonight.
You might ask for my autograph when you get here in Lynchburg. Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome.
All right, so I've noticed a few years back you had some turnover, I guess, with some of your bandmates. What's been the hardest, or who has been the hardest bandmate to lose and have to replace?
Actually, it was the biggest blessing of our life. Losing them was wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sweet.
Out with the old.
Yeah. At the time, it was definitely scary at first, but I think that's what life's about. Change is always scary.
Yeah.
But it kind of took everything. Our manager also dropped us at the time, and it kind of took everyone just believing in us and kind of abandoning us for us to kind of find this new fire inside of ourselves and this new energy And we just took everything and flipped it around, and we evolved everything. Like I said to myself, that's it. Like even our live show, like I said, never again are we going to play the same show. From here on out, it's next level. And we just, everything we do, the songs, the music, the show, every single thing. So it actually wound up being perfectly beautiful. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't wish them well and I love them and they're great people, but it was one of those things that like life just gives you that winds up being really awesome. You know, sometimes like your girlfriend leaves you and you think it's the end of the world and you're brokenhearted or something like that, but then all of a sudden you find this, like, you believe in yourself again. You start going to the gym and everything starts flipping around and you're like feel alive and you buy a new car. It's like that type of thing.
Right on. Well, I know a little bit. I guess on the other side of things, that's actually how I got started with Good Charlotte. Is I was the drummer that replaced their original drummer that was with them for the first 4 or 5 years, and so cool. I was the person that came in when they parted ways with somebody that just they were going different directions. I guess is the safest way to say it. Yeah,
Nate tries to give girls eating disorders when they leave, when they break up with him.
I don't even know what that means.
That's his goal. Yes, that's his goal.
I don't know what that means, but sure, sounds good.
Yeah. So what about writing, recording, touring, all these things that are a part of your daily life? What is your favorite part specifically about being a musician?
Going on stage, just that energy you feel when you step out onto that stage. And I mean, I've been dreaming about that since I was a little girl. And it's right now on this album, everything that we've ever dreamed of is finally happening, like selling out shows and everything's exploding finally. So I think it's that feeling when you're out there and the crowd is roaring and it's almost like time stands still for me. It's like you're you're creating this completely other alter reality and it's just, you're lost. I'm lost up there. So I think that's definitely the most awesome,
very cool
moment.
Very cool. And so you're on tour now, obviously. After this, when's this tour wrap up?
Oh, I don't even know. We're on tour for a while. Yeah.
So is that was going to be my next question? Is what is after the tour? What does 2013 hold for you, or is touring pretty much going to finish the year?
We are on a big summer fest, but we haven't announced it yet. But before that, we're going over to Europe to download all those big festivals over there.
Right.
For the month of June. So we tour right up to that, and we have 2 weeks off. Then we do June, all those festivals out there in Europe, and then we come back here and we do a summer one out here, but we can't announce it yet.
Oh, okay. Top secret.
Top secret, yes.
You can tell it's off the air.
Yeah. Now, are you into these, what about television, right? Are you into these reality TV shows? I know the Bible's on the History Channel. Have you caught any of that?
No, I watched Walking Dead is probably the only one I could, and Sons of Anarchy.
My son's a huge fan of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I like the Ghost Hunters. I think they're onto something.
They just haven't proved yet.
Yes, they're out there.
And Bigfoot.
Yeah, right. And music too. So what, we're a music show, obviously. I mean, outside of in this moment, what other bands, what do you listen to right now in your iPod? Maybe some Young Jeezy?
I listen to all kinds of stuff. I mean, like I said, I listen to a lot of mellower stuff, I think, because I'm in such an intense music all the time.
Right.
So, like Sigur Rós and M83 and a lot of this kind of, that type of vibe. But I'm always listening to Deftones. I usually put it on Pandora and just let it go all over the place for, all the music that I love type thing. You know what band I fell in love with last summer? POD. I never knew about POD. I hear their songs on the radio. They have hit songs here and there. I never quite knew what their whole vibe was about. We played Uproar with them last year. I was completely blown away.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Their live show is awesome. Yeah. So I listen to their new album a lot lately, too.
Yeah, they're great guys.
They're similar messages, yeah. So Nate is Nate's last name is Fouts, right? And so when we do this with everybody, it's Fouts Fast 5. It's going to be 5 questions.
Ignorant, off-the-wall questions.
Yes, yeah. So loosen up.
All right.
Loosen up. Are you ready for these Fouts Fast 5?
I think so.
Yes, you are ready.
All right, number 1, favorite rap song.
Favorite what?
Rap song.
Rap song. My favorite, maybe, Yeah, maybe A Teenage Love by Slick Rick. When I was a little girl.
Slick Rick,
nice. Yeah. Number 2, hammer pants or skinny jeans?
Wait, what about him?
MC Hammer Pants or skinny jeans?
If you had to choose, if you only had two options and
I've owned both.
Okay.
So back when I was little, I would have said Bobby Brown pants. Now I'll say skinny jeans.
So tonight in the concert, you're going to choose skinny jeans over Hammer
Boom,
Pants.
look for it tonight.
Yeah.
She
But I had
guarantees
hammer
it.
pants when I was a little girl. Don't get me wrong.
That's right.
All right, if you had to choose Lady Gaga or Lady and the Tramp?
I love Gaga. I love Lady Gaga. But I tell you what, I love Lady and the Tramp too. So that'd be a hard one for me.
Tough
You're
one.
watching Lady Gaga and Lady of the Tramp.
Listening to Lady Gaga while watching Lady and
Boom.
the Tramp.
There
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
And
That's
eating
perfect.
spaghetti. Yeah.
All right, rat tail or mullet?
Mullet.
Mullet.
Yeah.
Nice. And to finish it out, to see if you get the 100.
Yeah, you're doing well right now.
Yes.
There are right and wrong answers.
Yes, we decide. Favorite Britney Spears song?
Probably Hit Me Baby One More Time.
There you go.
We knew you were a fan.
Yep, we knew deep down.
I could tell. Yes.
Busted.
Now, have you ever dated a guy with a mullet? You seemed very excited about it.
No, fortunately I haven't. But
Yeah.
I'm always amused by them, and they make me smile.
Right. Now, you're not from the South, right? You're from L.A.?
I'm from New York.
You're from New York. Okay. So coming down here to Lynchburg, you
She's
might
a northerner like you, Dom.
Yeah, fellow New Yorker. Now you might see some mullets, so we'll try to bring some upstage, on stage for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
good.
yeah. Now, where can fans find you as far as website, Twitter, Facebook?
Just Facebook. It's my own personal Maria Brink's Wonderland on Facebook, and then In This Moment on Facebook is where a lot of information is easy to find about us.
Okay.
Very cool.
They are going to be at Phase 2 tonight. Do not miss it. This is going to be a huge show. I believe there are still tickets left. We're going to be there. It's going to be an awesome show. Mary Brinks, thank you so much for being on the show for us.
Thank you, and it's going to really be a good show. We are bringing each song is something really exciting and new, and people aren't going to be bored for 1 second. I promise that.
We're
Yes.
looking forward to it.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys so much.